I came to council today to talk about the city manager's contract. On October 25th of 2016, they renewed Mr. Peterson's contract for an annual contract, and it comes up the first week in November. They will not meet again before the election, and if they're not going to meet again, they're not going to have a chance. So the city manager, a $180,000 a year employee with all his benefit packages, over $200,000 a year, upwards of 900 employees he's responsible. The police department, he's the treasurer, the DRC. He's operating without a contract. And I know it's just an oversight on behalf of council, but I don't think they'd want to give any credence to that rumor that's going around that with Wayne Gray not seeking his term again on council, that there's a movement in January to replace Wayne Gray as the city manager. So I've asked them to continue the contract until, let them operate under the same terms and conditions through January, and in January allow the council that's seated, the newly elected council, to address and come up with Mr. Peterson's further employment with the city of Myrtle Beach.
Mayor, members of council, I was just asked, there's an issue that I believe ought to be on the agenda. You are not going to meet again before the city manager's contract comes up for renewal. On October 25th of 2016, we reviewed the city manager's contract unanimously. And understanding that one of the 7 of you can put something on the agenda, or the city manager can put it on the agenda. You have the attorney sitting there, and the first week in November, the city manager will be working without a contract. And I would suggest that I would ask you to continue his contract negotiations, let him work under the terms he's operating in now until the new council is sat in January. Whether that's you, Mayor, or whoever it might be, I would just ask you to continue it. When you consider all the involvements I'll offer that he's been involved in this election, going back to his healing, and if it's not directly him, it's his employees, so that once again it becomes Mr. Peterson. Mr. Crua, I started asking for FOI requests, and I don't know where he got it, but he just decided that when I got an FOI request to the city, it was supposed to be shared with everybody else. You know, I've never gotten an FOI request that the city got from the Sun News or from any individual or nothing, but I think it's, it's anything but political when he starts sharing my FOI request. If I ask something on the police department and he shares it with the DRC, or the DRC question shared with the police department and all the other candidates running, then we go back to the issue on my event and whether he can or cannot waive the insurance requirements, and that was a whole big discussion. And this is Mr. Crua's response. As a follow-up regarding the second part of your request below, you specifically asked for the policy related to the city manager's authority to waive insurance requirements. No administrative policy exists. So not only did he end up waiving the insurance on my event when he couldn't, I spent $231. And that once again went back to Mr. Crua. On October 4th, I asked for information. I wanted to see the contracts from the Mary Candy Center and all the people who didn't pay for insurance. And I didn't hear anything from him until he called on the 17th and said, you owe $231 to get your answer. After that, then we had the issue at the train station with the police officers coming. There were no signs. I didn't go beyond anything. And once again, it was involved. And then the last issue had to do with signage. And I believe there's several issues. Even though in fairness, he only makes less than half the money that the man across the street makes. And he has 900 employees, and the man across the street only has 30. I would ask you to continue this contract. Thank you. Next.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. If you would indulge me before we started, I wanted to offer my apology and the apology to staff. I think everybody's seen the video that went viral on removing the campaign signs yesterday. As you know, the very first thing that we go over in the orientation to the council candidates is where political signs can be placed, what happens, where they can be placed in terms of the right-of-way, in terms of private property, and also restrictions on things like site triangles. We also go over that if the signs are removed that are foot of the city services building where they could be reclaimed. On Sunday, I rode by the Home Kings Highway, and I noticed that there were a number of campaign signs that were crowding the sidewalk on Kings Highway. I asked our inspections folks to look at those on Monday. They looked at those and picked them up, and then they also went around the corner to the street that's next to the old Chick-fil-A building and noticed some signs that were illegally placed there as well. They collected them, they went beyond that point, and they took down some signs that they shouldn't have taken down. They were near in doing that. They certainly weren't directed to do it. You know, you did not direct me to do that. I did not direct them to do it. They simply made a mistake. Excuse me. They also, as you know, we went back within about 20 minutes. Once they were notified that they had made a mistake in doing those, they went back to replace those signs. They were not met with any cooperation when they attempted to replace the signs. They did reestablish some signs based on the campaign literature that they could observe at Paul's Pizza. They went back a few minutes after that and again attempted to try to find out which signs had been taken and to replace those signs, and again were not met with any cooperation. There never has been in my tenure with the city any direction to take down any specific candidate's political signs. That did not happen yesterday, has not happened again in my tenure. We have been very even-handed in observing where those signs are. If they are legally placed, we take them up. I dare say we have gotten signs at one time or another from just about everyone here around the dais. And that's happened time after time. Again, I apologize for the fact that there was an error that was made yesterday. It was simply that sad error.
Thank you, Speaker.
Well, I'm here at the city council meeting today, everybody, on Tuesday, and I addressed them with the nonsense of they're trying to say about my property being public. My property is not public, my property is private. They have no business being there. They were never asked to come there, and they were doing illegal things on private property. I'm not going to take it out on the young men that were doing their job, because they were told by their superiors, meaning John Peterson, who is the city manager, controls all this, should be responsible for this. I also told them in the meeting that I'm tired of the corruption going on here in our beautiful city, that I am all for growth, but there has to be some real changes here on the policies and the laws and the permits and fees and taxes so that we can all grow together. I also let them know that they should be embarrassed of themselves for how they conduct the elections here because of how it's so dishonest. Everyone's been watching all my videos and everyone knows about me. Everyone can see that I've had enough. We the people have had enough. So when do we say it's enough? So everyone, I just want you all to know and understand. I'm still here fighting for you wonderful people out there, as I am for myself. And I'm not at 1 second am I going to quit. So get out November 7th and vote. I thank you everybody and God bless.